Hello, guys, and welcome to the Joy Report, where we get an outsider's view with an insider's clarity. Let's get into it.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting a little offended by these people that think they're warning Black Americans that if we don't get in on a protest, that they coming for us next. I think we told you that they were coming for you next. I think that's how that thing worked. I think we told you that they were coming for you next. You talking to a people that don't even have their own last names right now. And you think you warning us of what? This is the disrespect for my ancestors. You think you talking to somebody about what? When my people have been enslaved in this country for 400 years and have gone through hell and back for freedom, and you think you warning us of what? No, we're warning you. That's the issue for me, that you're speaking as if you telling us something. No, we told you. We've been doing this. We've been in these streets getting bit by dogs, houses set on fire, you know what I'm saying? Incarcerated, mass incarcerated, for stop and frisk. We've been on that. Y'all, this is new for you. This is new for you. And it matters to you now because it matters to you now. So that's the first thing. The disrespect, talking to us like if this don't... Many people wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Black Americans because, as we know, they had to make an amendment for birthright. So that's the first thing. There needs to be a conversation about respect here. But, you know, I love all my Latino brothers and sisters, Asian, everybody. But what y'all not going to do is talk to us like you warning us. No, we the blueprint. We warned you.
African American, Asian, and other communities realize that they share the same oppressor is the day we start winning. Because we are the majority in this country.
But we know.
We have the ability to take over this country and to do what is needed for everyone and to make things fair.
We know.
But the problem is our communities are divided. They're completely divided. And I talk about this all the time is that like for Asian Americans and for African Americans, we probably have one of the worst relationships between any community.
Well, I bet you a lot of Asian Americans too don't, in my experience, don't even realize that if it wasn't for the civil rights movement, if it wasn't for that,
yes,
there would not be 22 million Asian Americans in this
country. Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you. So, and what I have been trying to teach the Asian community is like, friends, do you understand that your success, your prosperity, your civil rights that you enjoy right now was paid for with Black blood? Yes.
The thing is that we know. We've always known. And we sang it from the rooftops. But people just don't want to listen because they want to be the model minority, especially the Asians. I've seen multiple videos of Asians saying that they were taught that they needed to align themselves with whiteness, uphold white supremacy, so that they could be the model minority and get more benefits and have easier, successful life when they migrate here. All of the other immigrants, I don't even know what they think. I don't know. But it seems like everybody generally, they're told to avoid us. They're told that we're bad. They believe the negative stereotypes and the negative propaganda that they see when they're back home, praying and dying and wishing to come over to America. They see these negative images of us. They see us on TV fighting, and they're only shown negativity. So it doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter how many of us that they meet that's successful, literal millionaires, 100,000-aires, business owners, holding multiple degrees, rearing children successfully, living in beautiful neighborhoods. It doesn't matter. They still want to compete with us because they want to be better. They feel like we're ungrateful and we don't deserve what we have. An immigrant told me this earlier on a panel. And ultimately, it seems like they just don't like us. Now, not every single individual person from these communities have or share these same sentiments, but enough do, to whereas it's like the collective. So we know this. We know. But do they know? And maybe they'll hear it and receive it better coming from someone that looks more like them. Spread love is the Brooklyn way.
Today, we're going to talk about Black women warning other immigrants to stop baiting them. The conversation is shifting, and Black women are making it clear they are no longer carrying the weight of a nation that refuses to listen. For decades, Black American women have been the moral compass and the frontline soldiers in the fight for justice, equality, and civil rights in the United States. From the civil rights marches of the 1960s to the Black Lives Matter protests of the recent years, their voices have shaped the path toward progress, often at great personal cost. These are the women who fought for voting rights, fair housing, labor protections, and policy reform, many of which now benefit immigrants and other marginalized groups who didn't have to fight for them. But now, some immigrant communities are calling on Black women to rise up once again in the face of increasing threats under DT's leadership, and the answer they are receiving is firm: no more. Before we proceed, all credit goes to the creators of these videos. Let's watch a few more reactions, and I'll come back with my final commentary.
People voting against their own people and against their own interests is diabolical to me. And maybe that's just because I'm part of the 92% who understood the assignment. The 92% understood that when you're talking about just the illegal people, that's not where that ends. We've seen our innocent sons hurt and unalived by people who just say that they want to see illegal people. Emmett Till just had a birthday. We've seen our husbands unalived by people who say that they just should have complied. This ain't new, which is why we understood the assignment. And y'all voted to have this man determine what he thinks is legal or not. When you had the bimbo on the mic say that if they even approach our borders, it's illegal. They're redefining what illegal and legal is. To the point where now a speeding ticket will get you tackled outside of a courtroom. You weren't betrayed. You were blind. It was a self-inflicted wound. You voted to hurt your own people. You advocated publicly to hurt your own people. And now it's coming back on you. So now you feel betrayed. What about the people who you voted against, who are sitting there in El Salvador right now for absolutely no reason at all, over a clerical error that they refused to fix, separated from his family, his special needs kid who needs him? Do you think they feel betrayed by you? You didn't get betrayed. You did the betraying. And now the finding out is meeting the F around.
During the last election cycle, Black Americans, and especially Black women, tried to warn other immigrant communities. They sounded the alarm about the dangers of supporting DT and his policies rooted in exclusion, nationalism, and racial division. But those warnings were often met with dismissal, silence, or even hostility. Many immigrants, especially from communities striving for proximity to whiteness, chose to ignore the lived experiences of Black Americans and voted for DT anyway. Some did so out of anti-Blackness, some out of fear, and others because they were sold the American dream wrapped in nationalist rhetoric. But now, as that dream turns into a nightmare, those same communities are turning to Black women and asking for support, solidarity, and leadership in protest. And Black women are saying, respectfully but firmly, that is not their job this time. There's a growing sentiment among Black women that they are done being baited, done being told they're next, done being used as the perpetual foot soldiers for every movement while being ignored when it's time to lead or be heard. It's frustrating to witness immigrant groups that remained quiet or complicit now crying out for help when the system they upheld begins to hurt them too. Black women have been the blueprint, not only for resistance but also for building coalitions, for civic engagement, and for policy change. And while their legacy speaks volumes, they're choosing rest this time, not because they don't care, but because the burden was never meant to be theirs alone. This isn't about refusing to show solidarity. It's about boundaries. It's about accountability. Immigrant communities that helped empower a political figure hostile to their own existence must now confront the consequences. Black women were loud in their warnings. Don't vote against your interests. Don't believe you'll be spared. Don't assume your proximity to whiteness will protect you. And now that these warnings have come to pass, there's a hard truth to face. Actions have consequences. If immigrant groups expect change, they must now be the ones to organize, protest, and speak truth to power. They must find their own leaders, their own strategies, their own blueprint, because Black women are not a utility to be called upon when things go bad. So what do you all think? Should immigrant communities take more responsibilities for the leaders they vote into power? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I would love to keep this discussion going. Otherwise, that's it from me. I also have another video about Black Americans' reactions to the Big Beautiful Bill, and if you enjoy such kind of content, please click up here and enjoy. Also, consider subscribing, liking and sharing because it helps me grow my channel and YouTube recommend it to a wider audience. But now, thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, the Joy Report out.